In this video, I would like to introduce you to an exercise I call the rhythm chart exercise. This exercise develops a variety of skills that will eventually support our ability to produce beautiful sound, which is probably the reason why you originally decided to play violin. So let's start. It starts with whole notes. Why do I call it chart exercise? Because in this exercise we have whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, and 16th notes. Please look for the PDF attached to this video. By the way, let's address what do we call whole bow. Really, it may depend on the size of your instrument. If you're an adult and you are playing a full-size violin, that probably means that when you reach the tip of your bow, your hand will be fully extended. In that case, you have the correct size for your bow. But if you have a fractional size of violin, in that case, it's possible that the size of your bow is either a little too long or a little too short. In that case, if your arm is fully extended and you still didn't finish your bow, that means that your bow is a little bit too long, and that means that your bow is just as much as it plays when your arm is fully extended. And if it is the opposite case, if your arm is not fully extended, it's still in an angle, but you finished your bow, then it means your bow is a little bit short. So basically adjust whole bow, understanding of whole bow, depending on what the situation of your own instrument relationship to you. So also let's check our bow hold is very important. I call the bow magic wand because I believe that the sound comes out of the violin, but it comes from the gestures of the bow. So it's very important how we hold it. And the most important thing is right now is just to have it, all the joints very soft, and if you touch it, it should really give. And this is not a bow holding video, so I'm not going to explain in too much detail, just show you a little bit of how we hold it. And so I like to play this on a middle string. You can practice definitely on any string you want, and you should practice on any string. Right now I will do it on A because I think that my voice and A do not resonate together, so that will be probably good for you to hear. So we establish a really good count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you are not very experienced in that, I recommend that you actually first do with your body and your hands. So if I am trying to go with this exercise, learning it before I play, I would go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole note, whole note, half note, half note, half note, half note, quarter, 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 quarter. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and tagadina, 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 stop. I do this way. There are many ways to do it. Now, if you noticed when I got to 8 notes, I started to say 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and that's because we usually assign a number to the beat that is a quarter beat, and the 8 notes are shorter, so I said 1 and 2, and there are some other ways to say it. And then when we came to 16th notes, I said the word tagadina. That's just my way of saying something fast in a chanting tone that will meet 4 syllables in a beat. Tagadina, 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 stop. On the last note, I stop just to finish the exercise, which is the 8th beat actually. You can pick any other word, or you can also just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 if you can do that fast. Okay, So once you got that in your mind and you understand the division, the rhythm chart division, now you can try it with the bow. So you could actually use a metronome or not use a metronome. Let me first play it without the metronome, and then I'll show you how I do it with the metronome. So again, it's all in my mind, and I'll go. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Half note, half note, half note, half note. Quarter, 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 quarter. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Tagadina, 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 stop. Let me explain a couple of things. So as you saw in the whole note, I did use entire bow. For half notes, hopefully I used half of the bow. No, I didn't. Actually, I used entire bow again because it depends on the speed. If you still have a long note, you try to use more bow. On quarter notes and eighth notes, I started to shrink the bow. And if you noticed, I wasn't necessarily at the bottom or at the top, it was kind of coming to the middle at the bow. And that's because that's how you would play. And on 16 notes, I was probably really in the middle of the bow. Or somewhere here in the middle area. That's just because it's the most natural way of playing. And then now let me show you how I played with the metronome. I personally use an app on my phone, but you can also purchase a real metronome from a music store and support some business by doing that. I really like, to be honest, the apps because they are easily customizable and always with you. I'm on 100 per minute, bits per minute, but you can use any other speed if it's too fast for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, it shows like that, and I will put it here, and I will try to play with this. 1, 2. And there we stop, and that's our rhythm chart exercise.